Yeah, coming off a game, we did some things better. I thought that our defensive performance was pretty good, considering some of the changes that we made. I thought we got great performance from Kylan Boswell. Thought he was outstanding, graded out very, very high defensively, as high as he's been all year. Some good things. It was nice to kind of get Tommy back, really feeling good and kind of playing like he's getting closer to 100%, back in shape. That being said, he's got to rebound better, and that was really the only downside for us was on the rebounding side. So obviously get a Michigan team coming off a great win against Rutgers at home. They were down most of the game, and Namari hit a shot to win the game, but a team that's won a ton of close games. They are extremely old. They're playing very, very well together. And they're a team that offensively is very gifted. I think it starts with Vlad in the middle, a guy that we've obviously seen from his FAU days. But Danny Wolf has been, an impact player, and again, a team that can really shoot it. So we've got our hands full. Got to play well defensively again. We've got to rebound better and continue to progress offensively.
Big front line at Michigan was some challenges with those matchups, especially with Morez out.
Yeah, they're big. I mean, Vlad's obviously very, very big, but Danny doesn't post a lot. Danny's kind of a 7-foot point guard for them, so it's not that it's at the rim. It's different than Maryland, who just had the physicality in terms of size. So it's different. They actually get really small when Vlad goes out. In terms of Cheddar's, kind of a Ben type guy in terms of size and really shoots it. So it's a little deceiving because of where they play Danny and all he does to initiate offense for them.
I guess with Tommy actually practicing for maybe several in a row now, have you seen just his comfort with everybody else go up? I mean, in terms of playmaking
I think it's the other way around. I think it's everybody's comfort with him back on the court gets much higher. He's comfortable in really any scenario. I think he's that guy. He's going to adjust to the players around him, but I think it's more importantly how well our guys adapt to him. You see the Trey Whites, Kasparas. Those guys adapt to and need him, and he's one of the most efficient bigs in the country shooting the basketball. He's a guy that we know can really, really pass it and opens the court up, but he's done so many positive things for our guys on the offensive side, but it's truthfully what he does on the defensive side as well, because he's so smart and makes all the right calls.
You guys were able to make a quick adjustment in terms of turnaround with the defensive stuff. With practice now, is that something that you're looking forward to, just more consistency and building off of that?
Yes, very much so. I think just not building off of it, still tweaking. I think on both ends of the court, we did nothing offensively for Iowa, and we've got some things that we want to continue to grow and expand on that side. So we've been pretty vanilla for some time until the Iowa game. So now it's just about getting better at some of the things we do. We've still added. Yesterday was kind of an us day. We've added a couple things on that side of the court as well. And this group's very cerebral, so they can pick things up and they do it quickly. They're great communicators and talk. So that's allowed them to really adapt pretty quickly.
Morez has a unique cast on. I think you said a company called you guys. How did that come to be?
Yeah, I think it's one of the unique things about being at the University of Illinois. We've got very proud alums who are all over the not just the state but the world, and basketball is important. They're big basketball fans, and they reached out to me in an email, and I forwarded it on to our medical team, and it was just in a standard cast before, and this one really looks kind of like a net. You know, it's an orange net that is a cast. It's very firm, but it's got the holes in it where all the bone stimulation stuff that he can get to. It fits him very, very well. But I think it's one of the just really cool things about being in Illinois is, you know, it's people in all aspects of life reaching out to help a basketball player who's in need, and they came in and they fitted the cast, and so I'm pretty cool story, to be very honest with you. And I'm glad to see we've got that kind of fan base who cares enough to reach out.
Any updates to the timeline with Morris?
No, we're just he's just going through his part. He's you know, all he's doing is can't do anything where there's any simulation of falling. So his workouts are you know, kind of in a pool, running, and you know, that has started. The swelling is down. You know, he says it's much less painful, but you know, until they give us the go ahead, we have no idea.
I mean, game shape is a bit different than just being in regular shape, but the fact that he can maybe do some, you know, cardio, just does it give him a leg up? Just
Oh, yeah.
'cause it's his wrist and not.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, he does everything seated, so he can like dribble a basketball with his good hand. You know, so he can keep a feel. He can do little flips, shots, but the running piece. You know, we've got all the technology in the world. You know, from the underwater treadmills to the treadmills that put you in a tent almost, so they protect you. But it's called an Alter G. But you know, so it helps. They didn't let him do anything for 10 days to 2 weeks, just to let the bones settle and do that. So he's just starting all that process, but that does help, absolutely.
Iowa turned it over 15 or 16 times against you guys the other night. Do you hope that turnovers are a part of your characteristic now on defense, or is that just?
I don't worry about that much. I think it's a really inflated. I mean, we've been pretty good without doing it. I think it. There's no doubt we would love some run outs. I think, you know, it's very good for Kyle, and he's really quick hands, really handsy. But yeah, we want to take advantage of them when we're there. It was a huge part of that game because we didn't rebound the basketball very well. You know, especially on the offensive side. So the extra opportunities were made up by not turning the ball over and then forcing some turnovers. So, you know, we've got to, I don't make too much out of it, but yeah, we've got to, you know, be in gaps, be smart, and you know, still not give up threes to their good shooters.
I guess on the flip side of that, you only had 5 turnovers against them. What did you see where maybe your ball security was valued a little more?
Yeah, we only had 9 against Duke. You know, I think it's just the chemistry. I think it's the piece of having Tommy back. I think it's you know, Tommy's got the ball in his hands. He gets the ball out of KJ's hands and Bam's hands some, where it's not just full time their responsibility. Comfort, chemistry, all of that happened. And again, that's the Tommy value. You know, I think there's, you know, we've got elite playmakers and Will back with Will in the lineup, and KJ and Kylan. I think that helps. So, you know, we've got to keep doing that, and you know, ball security gives you a chance, and hopefully the opportunity to keep you know, shooting very high percentage of twos and make some threes.
Were you impressed with Tommy's ability to guard without fouling? I think he played 30-some minutes and didn't have a single foul.
Yeah. Hope that's the case tomorrow. You know, he's going against legit size. Vlad's obviously a little bigger than the guys from Iowa, but yeah, there's no doubt. Tommy's really smart. Tommy's a guy who understands angles. He's He's very intelligent. He's, for the most part this year, stayed out of foul problems throughout the games, and he knows when to pick his spots, and is pretty smart that way.
How's it changed the team having Will in the starting lineup and then having Ben in that role coming off the bench?
Yeah, I think there's some comfort. I think it changes maybe the way other teams have to guard us. It still keeps us pretty big, on the perimeter with Will, Trey, and KJ and Bam, and we've got good size, and it's with Merez out. It's forcing Ben to play a little backup five. So that keeps him a little fresher. We can control matchups and really substitutions a little better than that. I thought he was terrific in that role, and I thought Will was very effective. He didn't shoot the ball great, but he got great looks, and just the added playmaker, passer, driver. To go with Kyla and to go with around Tommy. I really kind of like that piece.
Ben seems to still have confidence in his shot coming off the bench. Is he just that kind of guy? He's going to let it fly?
Yeah, I told Ben the only way I'll not play you is quit shooting. He leads us, and his numbers every day are through the roof. No one works harder at shooting than he does, and water finds its level, so to speak. And if you miss a few, you're going to make a few, and just shoot the ball. I get mad every single time he doesn't shoot it, because every time he shoots it, I think it's going in, and we see that day to day. And it's like I told him, if you miss 4, that means the percentages are in your favor. You're going to make some, and just keep shooting.
How's it feel for you personally to see the calendar flip to March and know what this time of year means, and it's kind of time to figure out where you're going?
Yeah, it's been it's always an exciting time of year. I like it when it's not dark at 5 o'clock or 4:45. I like it when it's, you wake up in the morning, and I get up early and listen to the birds, and they're out chirping, and that means the weather's getting a little warmer. It's kind of tricking you a little bit, and now it's March, and so many good things and fun things happen in our sport in March, and it's always a time to expect anything, truthfully, from the greatest upsets and that you can imagine to some of the greatest games, and that truly excites me. It's crazy to think that it's here, and we've got 2 league games left, and it's tournament time, but it's what makes college basketball in January and February the grind that it is. March kind of sheds a new light on things.
I heard on your radio show on Monday talking about Jason and his red shirt. Would you like to see basketball have a similar rule to football, where you could play guys a certain number of games and it wouldn't count against them? I
wish we would go to just 5 years of eligibility and eliminate red shirts. I think it's ridiculous. I think we're in a world where it just makes sense. I think it helps. From the education side of things. I think it helps from the world we're in portals and injuries and so on and so forth. Development just makes sense to me. I haven't thought about that rule, but I think it just eliminates all the waivers and all the stuff that people try to do in the profession. So I just wish we'd go to 5 years eligibility. You got 5 years to do it, and student athletes walk out of universities with their degrees, and and a great experience. And whatever happens. If you get hurt, sorry. If you don't, you still got another opportunity to play.
Terrence was in here shooting not long ago, and then 25 at what used to be Staples Center. What do you think about that? Did you get a chance to watch any of that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, to see that against Luka and LeBron, and you love seeing players get to live out their dreams, and you dream about playing against LeBron and those guys and the best of the best, and then to go have success was remarkable. And I know they're going through it a little bit. They've got a ton of injuries and obviously Ant's suspension, but he gets a start last night, his first NBA start. So it's just being ready for the opportunity, and we had conversations all winter about making sure you're ready when your time comes, and I think he's done that very well, and really trying to earn his way in a league that's very tough to do that, and he's got his chance, and he's been great at it. Thanks.
Thanks, Brad.